Hey everyone, Lundlubber here, and today we're going to do a new video that I haven't done yet, and I would like to start doing more in the future, but we're actually going to do vault openings on some of our characters. So this week we only have a Warlock and a Druid to do an opening on, but that's still two vaults to take a look at, so without further ado, let's go ahead and log into this Warlock and see what we've got going on. To the Warlock, we should, if I remember correctly, have two vaults on the Warlock here, both from Mythic Plus. So let's go ahead, we'll open up. Opening in the Destruction loot spec, and we'll see what we got. Okay, so it looks like we did get a Raid Finder trinket as well, but that trinket is more than likely not going to be the choice that we take. Mainly because if you look at what we've got the Belorelos, the Sun Collar. It's an Awakened trinket, so we're not going to replace that. And then the Vessel of Searing Shadow is a solid heroic trinket that we got early on in the season, so a Raid Finder trinket's not going to replace that. Looking forward to the rest of things, it looks like we've got a one-handed sword and an offhand, which kind of is unfortunate because we're using an Awakened Staff, right? So that Awakened Staff is going to get upgraded all the way up to 12 out of 12 Awakened and is probably going to outshine either one of these realistically. So, unfortunately, with these three vault choices, it does seem like the play for Warlock is going to be tokens. So we'll go ahead, we'll take our tokens, and then we can get some sockets for the Warlock or another spark or whatever we're going to do for the rest of the season. But let's go ahead. We'll hit the Druid next. The Druid should have at least two Myth Vaults from Mythic Plus. That, I think, is what we're expecting here. So get logged in and we'll do that. It's unfortunate that we didn't get too much for the Warlock. Granted, we haven't played the Warlock too much, and we're nearing the end of the season as well, so not too surprising. So biggest thing, right? Loot specialization. We need to make sure we are in Guardian, which we are, so that way we actually get tank loot that we want from this vault. Open this bad boy up and see what we get. Two options here. We have the Obsidian Goaltending Spire, which is an agility staff. Again, we're using a two-hand awakened, not ascended, awakened weapon. So that staff is probably, it could get the same item level realistically, but we're not going to do that. Then if we look at Thunderous Downburst Ring, that is actually a very solid choice for Guardian Druid. That is probably one of the best choices that we could have, and I'm actually considering running it, only because I think that the additional fire damage from the Seal of Diurnus Chosen is just not really performing the way that I would want it to. And so I think being able to get this Thunderous Downburst ring, just get a higher item level ring, is probably going to be a better choice. And it switches us from that crit to verse. And then it's just a little bit better setup for us, right? Haste versatility on the Guardian Druid. So looks like that Thunderous Downburst ring is going to be the choice. We get an 11. Let's see what the key we get on the Druid is. That's the one that really matters. And we got a no-could offensive 11. With this week, we have a Tyrannical, Incorporeal, and Spiteful. Spiteful, I'm not really looking forward to dealing with. Those things end up killing a lot of our group all the time. But we'll take it in stride and see what happens. So thank you guys for watching my first vault opening, and we'll see you guys on the next week.